Welcome to the Not Nerd Show. I'm Nate Heath, and we are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Where are you? That's
Well,
a
I typed
great
into
green scheme.
ChatGPT, give me a backyard in Sun River, and this is what's created. Oh, wait, no, I'm actually
You're
out in
actually in.
nature.
The funny thing
Yes.
is if you told somebody that was green screen, they'd probably believe you.
Yes. And the sun literally just poked behind a tree over there, so I'm not being completely blinded at the moment. But yes, you were in Arizona last week. I'm in Central Oregon this week, and I do have a hat. And because I am not on green screen, we have got this bad boy, Atlantic Manholes, the company with connections.
You know what's funny? I read that as authentic manholes.
Yes.
And I was about to ask, what is an inauthentic manhole?
Yes, it's not holding up real well on my head. This is a vintage one that I bought online from an Etsy store that does a lot of vintage hat stuff. But yes.
Very cool.
Yes. Oh, and producer Todd is in the chat and says, looks and sounds great. Thank you, producer Todd. It's always a great reminder. Tuesday evenings, even when we're on vacation, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Join us YouTube Live, like and subscribe, smash that like button. Let us know in the comments, all that stuff the youngins say.
And I wanted to start saying at these podcasts, welcome to the Not Nerd Podcast, the tech podcast by nerds for not nerds.
It rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah. So sounded better in my head. So this is for you. If we get too technical, just let us know. We're happy to dumb down everything.
We can get dumb. We can get very dumb. And I will apologize to those that are watching that my mustache is a little bit in vacation mode. I was in the pool like less than an hour ago, so I didn't get full hair and makeup for this week's show. So
what's Chelsea doing? Especially hanging out with the family.
Yeah, family and that kind of stuff. Producer Todd, for you guys to do your Bitcoin mining or whatever it is you play with. Yes. And Wes, hey guys, I'm back, sorta. Thank you, Wes, for joining us in the live chat. But Dave, enough chit-chatty. Should we get to some tech stuff?
No, we got some action on the driveway. Oh, I missed it. Darn it. Somebody walked by with their dog.
Nice.
So now
I've got to do some research on hats and how to reshape them. If any of you out there know, let me know. Send me a message on how to reform vintage foam hats.
I'm a little surprised that you don't know that already.
I know. Okay. I've thought about Chris is in the chat. Thanks for putting on a shirt, Nate. Yes, that was a debate on I thought about going in the hot tub because there's literally a hot tub at the other end of this deck that I thought about heading down to, but I thought I would spare you that and avoid electrocution and protect my devices. So
yeah, well, you've got that swimmer body. Speaking of Olympics,
swim some later. Yeah, stick around for that. Swam some laps this morning with my pops. Oh, I was going to send you a picture of that. Maybe I'll try to do it during the show. But our main topic today, I teased it last week, and I wanted to talk, and then we got a whole bunch of new news. But last week, they random sounds, the dulcet tones of Dave Baylor.
Follow-up sound.
Oh yes, follow-up. So I was talking about the Apple public betas. So all the software that's going to come out this fall, they've released public betas, which if you've been following along, they released the developer betas, and the public betas are a little safer. But then we got some big news. Yesterday, they updated the developer betas, and everybody's just going, what in the world are you saying? Updated the developer betas, and they put in an initial beta version of Apple Intelligence, the new AI from Apple, with some features. So I figured we could kind of talk through a little bit of that, whether or not, and Mr. Sather in the chat was save the hot tub stream for Twitch. Yes, we'll take that to other platforms. Subscribe on Patreon.
to get the
and see
Twitch
what
feed.
happens. But yeah, so starting off, what we were originally going to talk about, the Apple public betas. So if you are Joe Schmo, you can go do these. And the way they do it, I think it's one or two versions behind the developer betas. So they can work out some of the kinks. So there's less chances you'll have issues. No guarantees you won't have issues,
Mm-hmm.
but you start getting to test out some of those features. Now, really, the average person, just wait till the fall when it pushes the update to your phone. Or there's some cool stuff. I'm enjoying it I have it on my phone, my Mac, my iPad, and my Vision Pro. I've been doing the latest developer betas. I know you've been playing with them too, but I don't know, Dave. What do you think? The average iPhone user, should they put the betas, either the public or the developer, on their phones?
So I would say developer no, although the developer is now mature enough that they've converted it into a public beta.
Yeah.
So they're about, the developer one's about 1 week ahead of the other one, or 2 weeks, whatever it is. Um, so I would say not the developer, but public. And I will warn people that there are a lot of good things, but I got to tell you, being on vacation last week and taking thousands of photos and trying to get things worked out with the new look and feel of Apple Photos, I don't like it. I don't like the new Apple Photos. It's taken me, I mean, I have used it hard and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't like it. So,
But no, we need to do some back and forth videos on that, and we should like get together and like show up, because I really love it. But I think I've said it before on the show that I think it is going to be a majorly drastic change for a lot of people. But I think there's some features I really do like in it. But there's also some things where it's still like, wait, how do I do this thing?
that's my
But yeah,
thing.
we should dig into that, because I think there are um, some just there's a okay, so the photos is what a lot of people use a lot on their phone to look through photos. In the new version of Photos coming out this fall on your iPhone, they have pretty much completely changed the user interface. I think some of the things are for the good, probably some for the bad, but it's hard to
Hard to judge.
encourage people before we get into the regular ones where everybody will be using it, and all the videos, the how-tos come out to show that. But yeah, so Photos is a major change. Um, but I did use on on our trip over here to Sun River, I did install the new developer beta on my phone, and you'll
Mm-hmm.
notice I actually have a case on
Oh
my
yeah,
phone right now,
that's
because
weird.
I had it in the pool with me today, and most of all, just to have this little lanyard to kind of hold on to it. I was getting some awesome pool photos of the
Cool.
kids and stuff today, but I put it on here, and I will say the best part about the Apple Intelligence is the new Siri, like how it shows you you're in Siri mode. I don't know if it'll show up on here, but if I hold down the side button,
I
it
can
just
barely
does
see
this,
it on the outside.
the awesome rainbow glow. Oh, and you'll see my new Isla told me I should do
Giraffe
a
riding an
giraffe
elephant.
and an elephant on my thing, and I found that picture. But it's instead just the little circle at the bottom, which if you're looking up at the top of your screen, you don't realize you turned it on. The new one, all the way around your screen, it gives you a beautiful notification on there.
Here's
So
the old way, right?
yeah, it's like over the base thing. So half the time I didn't know it was even on.
And it
Um,
does the new one shut off when you get done asking it, or does it just hang out for 20 minutes like the old
I
one did?
haven't gotten to test that yet, but,
Oh,
oh, and producer Todd, am I going to have to load an old version of Photos onto my iPod Shuffle just so I can keep using it? Yes, Todd,
yes.
you might need to, go way, way back, but,
We
yeah,
need to get him one of those old-timey style Polaroid printer things
oh, yeah,
so he
yeah,
can print his pictures on a Polaroid. They're expensive. They're like
yes,
$1.50 per photo, but then he
yes.
can keep his Polaroids of his digital photography.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say on the betas, developer betas, public betas, whatever you want to try before they do the official releases in the fall. I would say proceed at your own risk. There's nothing mind blowing there yet. And so then on the Apple Intelligence, their AI stuff, it's a very limited set of features at this point. There is kind of the new Siri. Now, one thing that I'm going to have to figure out how to turn off when people text me, it does an AI summary notification of what the text message is.
Oh,
And so it was like Chelsea was giving me all these instructions, and it's like, Isla has left the building. And it's like, no, that is not a good summary of what she was trying to say. When I see those notifications, I want to know what's actually in the text.
yeah.
And it also, when you go into messages, it'll give you smarter replies instead just word suggestions. It'll be like, okay, I'm on my way. And it kind of glows in that same rainbowy thing to know that it's trying to figure stuff out. But
Mm-hmm.
there's not a ton of the features. They don't have any of the image generation stuff yet that I know about. But so that I didn't think that was going to be coming until fall at
Yeah,
the earliest.
that's what I'd heard.
But they're saying it'll probably be about a month after like the new phones and the new operating systems come out. So October is what Mark Gurman's saying for the Apple Intelligence start rolling out to everybody. So I was surprised to see it here at the very end of July. That was not something I was expecting, or else I would have canceled my vacation.
You should
Um,
have.
yes, yes. And then the third one, Dave,
Mm-hmm.
this is exciting news related to Apple betas. There is a new beta of Apple Maps for the web.
That does
So
get me
if you
exciting.
are on your Windows PC and you want to use Apple Maps, there's a new beta that you can try out. I I rarely use maps on my computer because usually I'm trying to go somewhere in my car, so I use my
Yeah.
phone. But every once in a while, you'll look something up. But yeah, it's pretty interesting that they did that for more of their cross-platform stuff, which they
Mm-hmm.
keep
Well,
trying to do more of that.
I think it's a multifaceted strategy. One, they're wanting to avoid legislation that accuses them of locking everybody into their platform. So they're like, no, you can use it on a Chromebook, you can use it on a Windows
Yeah,
computer. And they're wanting to seed their products to potential hardware purchasers. And so if
yes.
somebody uses a maps on their Chromebook or something, they're like, oh, I might want to get an Apple product in the future. This is pretty nice. So it's
Yeah.
multi-tiered.
Multi-tiered. Well, Dave, you know what else is multi-tiered?
What's that?
Dave's pro tip of the week.
Nice transition.
Yes,
So
yeah,
this week, and I'm going to make this quick. I forget that you're in Sun River and the internet could die at any time. Um,
yes.
as we discussed, I was on vacation last week, and something I had done prior was turned on automatically offload apps.
Oh, yes, yes.
And it's great to automatically offload apps. The problem is I was on vacation and I'm at the airport and I'm like, oh, I want to open the Alaska app. Oh, it's been offloaded. Oh, son of a
Oh,
gun. So, download it. And then it's like,
ugh.
but the photo app is, I need to download it. All these things I'm trying to use. So I'm like, how do I turn it off? Well, I can tell you, you don't go into your settings and then go to storage, which you think, well, it's optimized. You can use storage to optimize your photos so that they offload. All the places that I tried to go to turn it back on were not the right places. And
Mm.
so this is more of a tip to show you how to turn it back on, but it's also to turn it back off, I suppose. So what you're going to want to do, and if I did this the other day, so now remembering it's going to be funny. So there was I think I saw a link to do it, but we're gonna do this real time here, and I accidentally hit a sound effect. So you're gonna want to go to settings, and my inclination is to go to like maybe your this thing. Yes, I know I doxed myself. That's fine. I don't care. And then you're like, well, I want to go into my iCloud storage. No, it's not there. And let's say, go back out to the main setting and let's go into general, right? It's going to be in here probably. Is it? Let's go to storage, iPhone storage. So you can offload. So there is
Oh,
offload unused apps, but that's a recommendation. That's not where the setting is. So
of
when you
course.
hit that and you go back there, it's not there, or it wasn't for me. So the place you have to go is into settings, and then you go to the App Store, which is down here.
Oh,
And in the App Store, there is the offload unused apps toggle. So that's what I did. I first went to the iPhone storage and it said, "Hey, you're running out of space. Do you want to offload apps?" I'm like, "I do." And then I went back to the same place to re-enable it. It wasn't there.
no.
You have to go
Jesus.
to the App Store setting, which is in the main settings on your iPhone or iPad. Anyway, it took me like 20 minutes to find it. I'm like searching in the search bar, I'm looking online, and I'm like, what? I know where I turned it on.
Yeah.
So this is a lesson to you out there.
Lesson.
If you enable it, that's not where you disable it. So isn't that a crazy story?
Yeah. Yeah. That's sounds very Apple. Your oft complaint about things not always adding up, but
Make
yeah, where they
things as
make
simple as possible,
recommendation.
but
Yes.
not any simpler.
Yes, indeed. And producer Todd says Nate needs a King of Segways hat, except everyone will think it's about Segways, the
Ah,
vehicles, but
yes. Funny
nice.
times.
Very nice. Well, that means it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Just the Headlines.
And
Back
sadly,
to
there's
the
nothing
driveway.
going on in the old driveway cam. Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
There were things earlier, but not now.
Well, in that case, we'll get to Just the Headlines. The Paris Olympics touted climate-friendly food. Athletes demanded more meat.
Torrenting apps now available for iPhone users in the EU.
Wienermobile crashes on tri-state tollway near Oak Brook, but hot doggers safe.
Oh, thank goodness. NASA fired its space lasers to communicate with the ISS.
Apple Vision Pro can now be controlled with a brain-computer interface.
Coming to Nate's Vision Pro soon.
Yes.
Sharks off of Brazil coast test positive for cocaine.
Cocaine sharks.
That's all we need.
And those are just the headlines.
So there was cocaine bear, cocaine
Yeah,
sharks.
no,
Makes sense.
cocaine sharks, yes.
It's kind of given.
I skewed a bit. It's vacation week. I skewed a bit on the just the headlines.
Yeah, I thought it was great. And
Yes.
warning to NASA, you know, I don't know that I'd be firing lasers at the ISS. Is the FAA going to get them for shining lasers at aircraft? Because that's not
Ooh.
something you're supposed to do.
Yes, and it didn't make it into the news this week. I don't think I put it in there about some people stranded at the space station due to a Boeing
Yeah,
spacecraft.
big surprise. Yeah, two astronauts are just kind of hanging out there. It's been, I can't remember how many days it's been. It's not been 54 days already, has it? That's the number that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I do not know. We'll have to look into that. Tune in next week for more details on the people stranded on the International Space Station.
Yeah, it's a man and a woman. Well, I know what
Yes.
they could do in their meantime.
Yes. Yes. They can
Procreate.
take photos and
Oh,
data
oh,
and
we were thinking of
do
different things.
work.
Oh, I wonder if they brought
Yeah.
their laptops.
they're 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 Chromebooks. But
Yeah.
yes, so let us move on to our takes of the week. And we are mid Olympics. We've been watching a lot of the Olympics in the evening as a
No
family here
spoilers.
on vacation. No spoilers.
I got to tell you.
We
No, I'm
yeah.
sorry. I have to say this every year. This is the first year that I'm not completely mad with NBC about the way they do coverage. They used to just in the big banner headline, you turn on anything and it's
Oh
like, you know, Sean Johnson wins the whatever, and it's like I was just about ready to watch that, but
yeah.
I guess now I don't have to. So they're
No,
doing much better this year.
I will tell you with a quick sidestep that we got here and the TV is not, it's a curved Samsung, but it like doesn't have a Samsung account to be able to download apps.
Uh,
So I told my brother, I go, you know what? I think I have an Amazon Fire Stick in my car that's been there for like 5 years and never used it once.
you weird.
And it came through, got it updated. We've been using the Peacock app, and that has
Hmm.
been a great Olympics experience. You can watch whatever you want, whenever you want,
That's what we've been
and
doing.
including the main coverage. So that has been good. And yet up in the chat, I thought this was a family-friendly podcast, Dave.
Well,
Yes.
I used a word that young
He was
people.
talking about the iPad app, Procreate, to
Yeah,
draw
right.
things,
You draw. They
draw
brought
the earth.
Procreate. Yeah,
Yes,
that's what
yes.
they're doing.
But anyways, our first take of the week
Yes.
is Olympics related, and New Zealand reports Canada for flying drone to record training.
Yes, I heard about
Some
this. Big
scandals at the Olympics.
big kerfuffle. Yeah, you
Yeah.
shouldn't illegally spy on the opposing team with a drone and record it. It's in bird culture is what we would call unsportsmanlike.
Yes, yes. And so it was soccer or football. Canada was apparently spying over New Zealand, but a person has been detained, according to the article,
Hmm.
and uh, New Zealand OC added that it was deeply shocked, saying it was a matter of integrity and fairness. And for their part, Canada has said it was also stunned. And for
Well, it's
our part, Nate and Dave were stunned. Everybody was stunned.
Canada's on record as saying, "I'm sorry," even
Yeah,
though they're the
story.
victims.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. In this next story I've got, this is pretty interesting because we've talked about with AI, there's all these deals and where you can get your data from and this and that. So Google is the only search engine that works on Reddit now, thanks to an AI deal that I'm guessing Google is going to pay uh, Reddit boatloads of money to be able to scrape data off of Reddit. And so, and I mean, really, some of the best results on Google are Reddit threads because people have way too much time to spend on Reddit
Well, I mean,
describing how things work or how to fix things and all that stuff.
every time I go online and search for something even remotely technical, like how do I turn off apps optimization
The
thing,
unused apps.
unused apps, it's going to show me a Reddit post usually first because somebody's asked that same question and it's been
Yeah.
answered. So
Yeah.
I love Reddit.
Yes, it is a wealth of information of all kinds, we will say. And move on to
All
the next
kinds.
one. Some more AI news. OpenAI announces
Oh,
SearchGPT. It's
hold
AI
on.
powered. Oh, driveway action.
We got some
Oh,
driveway
we got
action. People walking by.
pedestrians.
Oh, exciting. So please
You
continue.
need some. Here's what you need, Dave. You need an air horn outside your garage so when people are walking by, you can turn off the air horn or set off the air horn and get them to react, and we'll
Oh,
do react prank videos, not nerd prank videos during the live show.
Well, maybe I need to
So
move the car and put some type of like tripping mechanism or something
yes,
in the,
yes, a water cannon or flamethrower,
or I'll put
something
something,
fun.
I'll put something in the driveway where the car would be that's like a bowl of candy or something
Oh
that would
yeah, oh
encourage
yes,
people to come up and it'd be like, smile, you're on camera or something.
perfect. I like it. So, anyways, back to OpenAI announcing Search
Yes.
GPT. So they are getting into the search engine business using their vast wealth of knowledge to do. I haven't gotten to try this. I don't know if I have this in my OpenAI account yet, but it will give
Google,
you results and
if Google's not worried about this AI stuff, they should be,
yeah,
because if all of these other companies can accomplish the same thing through their AI bots, then
yes,
why do we need Google again?
yeah,
YouTube, I guess.
because they have Reddit results.
I
That's why.
guess.
Yeah, it's I think it's going to be an interesting next year at least of AI versus search versus, Google's been the gold standard forever. Bing is starting to do more. I don't know if it's OpenAI stuff, but they're starting to do more of the AI results with better, like, we've talked about where you search on some search engines and it gives you an AI answer, but where
Mm-hmm.
it's actually giving you the sources and where to go find the information and being able to process. It's going to be like going from Yahoo to Google and then Google to what's starting to come out now, I think. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you agree with that.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Well, the next one, I wanted to circle back. We need a circle back sounder. The CrowdStrike, I guess it would be follow up, would be the sounder that I forgot about earlier. But CrowdStrike
This is
offers
ridiculous.
a $10 apology gift card to say sorry for outage. And I think it went out to the IT people. Now, there was also reports that this e-gift card, it didn't work. Something was broken with it. So on top of saying, hey, sorry that we shut the world down, here's $10 to all you IT workers that spent 80 hours over the weekend trying to get computers back online. And then to not have it work on top of that is ridiculous. But they're saying it's the largest IT outage in history, costing more than 5 billion with a B dollars.
Wow.
So,
So my manager today, we had a meeting this afternoon, who was on vacation the same time I was, said, "So what?" And she was in Europe. What's all this thing? And I was like, Nate talked a lot about it last week. I'm still a little fuzzy, but it was a malware attack on this thing. Is that correct?
it's basically the modern equivalent of antivirus software. They
Right.
pushed up an update to their software, and it caused Windows to go into a death loop.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
basically because it
All
has
Windows
so much
computers.
access to the system. And
That's right.
YetUp says AI is overrated. In ways, I would agree, and but just pure processing of information. It's getting better. But yeah,
Got
so that
to
was
admit, it's getting
the
better.
CrowdStrike. Oh, and then on to our bonus odd take because the CrowdStrike's story is ridiculous. Um, I found this video. I think it was through cotkey.org. Dave, I don't know if I should have warned you that if we could get the audio working, it's an Olympic gymnastics event where somebody is commentating over it,
Okay.
and it is possibly one of the funniest things ever. So I don't know if you can make that work.
So there's the audio portion, right? So
Yes.
I think what I have to
Yeah,
do.
so I did not prep Dave for this. It's an extra step or two to get web audio into the thing. So we'll see if we can
Well,
make
I
it work.
usually
Because
don't have the audio
yes,
because,
you don't want autoplay or anything like that. But
yeah. So let's see.
see if it'll work. So this is an Instagram post where they reposted an older video. It's been around, but I don't remember seeing this. And it's a guy just up in the corner talking about whatever Olympic event this is, and so I'm just vamping
keep
while
vamping.
Dave's
I'm
trying to get
almost there.
audio working on there.
So the challenge is, one, it didn't crash. I don't think it's going to work, Nate.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to work because I'd have to mess with my loop.
Oh, your audios. Yes.
But is there no like I can
But okay.
I can do this.
Can you get the audio to loop? A physical loopback? No, I'm not hearing it. But yes, go to the show notes and click this link. Oh. Sweet chili, low parking.
Winding up for a spooky bassoon. There's the code. 16 outages. Called them all, Dave.
A spooky bassoon. Oh, complete gibberish, which is not all. Yes, yeah, it was decently. And producer Todd, LOL, what on earth is happening? But the
anus down.
Just complete gibberish. But in a lot of these Olympic events, like I don't know if you've watched any of the skateboarding that. Like the way they're talking about these tricks that they're doing, it's like I have no idea what they're talking. So this you can recognize it's gibberish, but it's like actually maybe he's talking about accurately about. I just did put a note or a link in the live chat on YouTube if anybody wants to click through and go watch that. But do it after the show.
A number of years ago there was the one about I think it was cricket. And it was like how Americans understand cricket or whatever. It was. Oh, yes. I don't know if it's Monty Python or something like that. And it's like, all right, now he's going to the cupboard and he's getting in the cupboard and he's, it looks like he's taking off his jacket. Oh, he's coming back out. He's changed his pants. And it was just crazy stuff.
Yeah, cricket is another one. But yeah, the Olympics, there are so many sports in there that it's like, we don't have a full understanding of how these sports work.
Well, there's breakdancing.
Yes, breakdancing's been added this year. I don't think it's started yet.
I haven't seen anything on it, but I saw the channel on Peacock, and I was like, it said break or something like that, and I'm like, I have to investigate. That looks like a breakdancer.
Breakdancing, and they've been doing the surfing in Tahiti. Tiapu is the wave, which is an insane wave down there.
Big.
It's crazy. So go get the Peacock app if you don't have it, or watch some Olympics if you want to, if not. But there is no option for our Picks of the Week. And I'm giving a little teaser of mine because I don't have my green microphone with me on this trip.
I know. I'm trying to put mine. It's a good thing we don't have audio because I'll probably get taken down on this.
Yes, I heard about this, and I'm interested to hear from you. I've just seen some links to it, but I've not been able to check it out yet.
Yeah, so my pick is the Apple Underdogs. Now, this is a series of short videos that they've created. It's this marketing team that hates their job, and then they go out and say, we're going to start our company ourselves. And it was all about how Apple products can help you start your own company. And then they decided to start a packaging company. And I think there were a couple other videos that featured them. They had to get something on a deadline or whatever, and the Mac and their phone can help them. Well, there's a new one, and it's quite long. It's like 10 minutes long. It's really good. It's well acted. I'll switch over to it here. But it's got this team, this guy, he's an actor. I can't remember his name.
From the one movie with the thing. With the fake ID.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't want to spoil it, but they have to use all their devices to go and solve this problem. Nice. This is funny. They're using their translation app with this guy, and he just laughs when they tell him what hotel they're going to, which was not encouraging. They're using messaging, they're using pages and other documents. anyway, it's a funny way to highlight all the features that the Apple ecosystem employs. So take a look. It's on YouTube. It's called The Underdogs Out of Office, Apple at
Nice.
Work. But there are other ones featuring this cast that are pretty funny too.
This cast. Yes, I definitely want to check that out. Thank you for the reminder. And now I'll have it in the show notes so that I can click on
Yeah,
it.
click and watch.
Well, my pick of the week, I do want to just mention I am using my previous pick of the week, the Neewer CM28
Yes,
microphone. I've got it
it
plugged in
sounds
my laptop.
great.
Is my audio there. I am also, just as a backup, using this bad boy that I just picked, this
Oh
20,000
yeah.
milliamp charger to keep my laptop, which is also charging my microphone, and I'm using my Pixel 6a, which pro tip,
Oh, hold on.
pro tip,
Hold on. Where's my bell? Hold on, hang on.
uh, Android 14 has a function that if you just plug it in with a USB cable into your Mac, it'll pop up and say, "Do you want to turn on webcam mode?" So I did that. And then in our little thing that we use, I clicked the Android webcam, and this is what it's doing. So,
It looks great.
uh, yeah, so I just went through like 20 different picks, previous ones, but I am excited because I got to use these bad boys this morning. Dave, I am going to had it ready here. I'm going to text you
I could
a
tell you were
picture.
using your nearer because when you got up earlier to go to the bathroom, I could hear
Oh, yeah.
everything. No,
Yes.
you didn't do
So
that.
this product, you might think swim goggles are swim goggles, but the Aegend swim goggles, swimming goggles, no leaking, full protection, adult men, women, youth. These bad boys
Adult
right
men,
here
women, youth. Okay.
are the gold standard of goggles. Now, I will tell you, on Amazon, they have 4.5 stars on 64,586 ratings. Now, they
Wow.
come in this cool case. You twist the end, and then it pops, twist it around so they lock in there. They've got anti-fog. They've got a bunch of different colors, a great seal. They've got this little hinge in the back so it can adjust.
Huh.
Really nice adjustment system. And I use them this morning. My dad bought a pair. He swims much more often than I do. But we use these.
Uh-oh. Oh no. You broke up. I'm here by myself. Oh well. So what Nate was going to show us is a picture of he and his dad underwater using these swim goggles. And there's the picture. So it's very cool. I don't know if we're going to get Nate back. If we do, if we don't, I'll end the show. But I highly recommend those as well. Now, how many times have I gone swimming in the past 6 or 8 months? One time. When we were in Arizona last week, we visited some friends and they had a new pool and we tried it out. I didn't use swim goggles. But for those of you who don't know, when Nate was in high school and maybe college, he was on the swim team. So he's very into swimming. Still not back. So I'm going to switch back to that picture just to show it. And I'm going to see what else we had on there on the agenda. So first off, don't forget about NotPicks. NotPicks is your source to go to when you want to look at all the stuff we picked in the past. And there's the power add 20. Oh, he said, I thought he did say 20,000 milliamps. There's my Peak Design Everyday backpack that I used. It was quite helpful on my trip. And there's my small rig tripod, which I also had. I bought a lot of stuff for this past trip. So go there. It will give us an affiliate link back to Amazon and we get a short or a little small kickback on that. Also, there's NotPicks Summer Picks, something Nate put together here so you can look at that. Oh, and he's back. So I'm going to switch back over to him. There we go. Can you hear me, Nate?
Thank you, iPhone tethering. For some reason, the internet here, which has been great, and it is back. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, and you appear to be showing in
Okay.
the thing.
Yeah.
Dr. RIPVHS says, "Oh no, I was going to compliment Nate on having a great connection." Well, it was
Yes.
fine. So what
Yeah,
I
it
did,
was
Nate,
going great.
is I showed him the picture of you and your dad underwater with the
Oh,
goggles.
perfect.
And
I'm
then I
glad that you
switched.
had that to still see my face.
Yes. Then I switched, reminded people about not picks, and then
Nice.
also the summer picks, which is what I was on right now.
Oh, well, look at you. Who needs me? And signing out on my last Not Nerd show ever. No, nice work. Nice way to jump on it.
Well, I didn't want to
and
just sit
show
there and
that
act
off.
dumb.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to be adding these bad boys to the summer picks because I know, and they do have tinted ones, but they have some UVA, UVB stuff. But man, I don't know that I have ever used such nice swim goggles, but yeah, so head over to NotPicks, pick those up. And we do have a Ramazan purchase this week from people using. I am so thankful you guys are using our Amazon affiliate links over at notpicks.com. And I went over to the random reports this morning as I was putting the show notes together, and I found that somebody purchased a lovely item here as I click on the link to remember what the
I can read it if
thing
you
was.
need me to.
Here it is. There it is. The 70-watt USB-C car charger, Rokurin 4-port for family travel, power delivery, 35 watts, and QC 3.0, 30-watt, super.
He's not
I
going to.
can't do it in one breath. Fast charging for multiple devices, cigarette lighter, USB charger. So this is a 4-port car charger that goes into your cigarette lighter or your power port. $17.99. Whoever bought this, I would love to know if this works. I think I have a 3-port one currently that works pretty good, but it's got 4.6 stars on 500 ratings from Rokurin, not a brand I'm familiar with, but at $17.99 seems worth a try to me.
And I purchased one of these a few months ago. Don't forget, so here's a pro tip. You can get little adapters that convert USB A to C or C to A. So if you get one of these devices and you're like, well, I'll never use C. Who's rich and's got all those devices? So you just get your adapter and you use your regular ones. And then when you're ready to use C, or like me, you buy one of these because you kind of have a hybrid type situation of different devices. And then when you finally get rid of those old crappy USB-A devices, you put the adapter in there and you can still use them with USB-C. So that's what I've done. I needed 3 USB-C in mine and 1 A. So I just used an adapter in one of the ports.
I like the way you think. I was talking with my brother yesterday. It's like, USB-C all the way. I do not want to buy another thing in my life in the near future that isn't USB-C until they replace it with the next thing where it just goes through your brain and
USB-D
telepathy and all that good stuff. But yeah, I got vacation. We had a little blip there, but I've survived. Looks like the quality might not be as stellar because the cell service out here is weak sauce, but the internet at the house, who knows? There's a lot of people staying here over in Sun River, Oregon, but thanks for joining us. Yeah, that's true. But I figured that anybody else would be using download. I'm using upload speed to stream. Whereas like last week, you were using download and upload and more download and using all the internet.
Well,
so
that just reminds me that we need to get the Starlink mobile thing.
Starlink Mini. Yes, we will talk about that next week. I still have the link, but I didn't get it in for this week. And we should both, Lord willing, be back at our home control centers next week for another action-packed episode of the Not Nerd Show. Thank you for everybody that joined on the live. Todd and Wes and Mike and Chris and Eric. And I think that was everybody that jumped on the chat, but it is a lot of fun to have you guys chiming in there. Yetip. I did say Mike. So Mike and Yetip. Thanks
I
for
didn't know you
joining
wanted.
in on the Low Show.
I didn't know you wanted to
I,
reveal his real name.
you doxed yourself. I want to dox other people. So, and he is the only Mike on Earth. So
That's true.
track him down. But anyways, thank you so much for joining and watching later and liking, subscribing, reach out on social media. Let's have some fun so we can all get out there and tech better.
Have a great vacation, Nate. See you next week.
Yeah, thank you.